Good morning and welcome back to the channel. I need to tell you something right at the start that most doctors, most dermatologists, and certainly most pharmaceutical companies will never say out loud. The single most powerful compound for firming aging skin, rebuilding collagen, and softening deep wrinkles after the age of 60 is not found in any cream on your bathroom counter. It is not in any injection at a dermatologist's office. It is not in any $1,000 laser treatment. It is something you can add to a simple glass of water in your own kitchen tomorrow morning. And what I am about to share with you has the potential to change the way your skin looks and feels within a matter of weeks. My name is Dr. William Lee, and today I am going to walk you through 6 specific additions you can make to your daily water that clinical research has shown to rebuild collagen, tighten sagging skin, and reduce the appearance of wrinkles in adults over 60. And I will tell you right now, the number one item on this list stunned me when I first reviewed the science behind it. Most seniors have this ingredient in their home right now and have no idea what it can do. Before we count down the full list, I want to share something remarkable. A study conducted through the Nutrition and Aging Research Group found that adults over 60 who consistently added specific hydration-based compounds to their daily water saw a 42% improvement in skin firmness and a 28% reduction in the depth of fine lines in just 12 weeks. 12 weeks. That is 3 months to visibly younger skin, without needles, without surgery, without spending a fortune. All the scientific references I am discussing today are listed in the description below, so please check those out after watching. Now, before we continue, I would love to know a little more about you. Drop your age in the comments below and tell me the one thing about your skin that has bothered you most since crossing 60. Is it the sagging along the jawline, the deep lines around your mouth, the thin, crepey skin on the back of your hands or your forearms? Whatever it is, write it below, because I read every single comment on this channel. You are not just a viewer to me. You are the reason I make these videos. Now let us count down from 6 to 1, from powerful to truly extraordinary. Coming in at number 6, and this one catches almost everyone by surprise. We are talking about adding just a small pinch of high-quality mineral salt to your morning water. Now, before you reach for the remote thinking I have lost my mind, hear me out. This has nothing to do with the sodium your cardiologist warns you about. This is about something called cellular hydration, and it changes everything for aging skin. After the age of 65, your body loses somewhere between 30 and 40% of the water content stored inside your skin cells. That is the water that keeps your skin plump, bouncy, and firm from the inside out. Plain water alone, believe it or not, does not automatically refill that reservoir. Think of your skin cells as tiny water balloons. Without the right mineral balance, plain water simply washes around the outside of the balloon and gets flushed out through your kidneys within an hour. But add a small amount of trace minerals, particularly the kind found in Himalayan pink salt or Celtic sea salt, and suddenly that water is carried directly inside the cell, like a delivery truck that finally has the correct address. Researchers studying cellular hydration have demonstrated that trace mineral sodium activates something called the sodium-potassium pump, which pulls water and nutrients directly into fibroblasts. Fibroblasts are the cells in your deep skin layer that manufacture collagen. When those cells are properly hydrated, collagen production can increase by up to 22%. Here's how to do this practically. Each morning, add just one very small pinch, and I mean a tiny pinch, of unrefined mineral salt to a 12-ounce glass of filtered water. You should barely taste it. Drink this first thing, before coffee, before anything else. Pair it with a small amount of potassium-rich food within the next hour, like half a banana or a few slices of avocado, because potassium and sodium work together to maximize that pump effect. And please do not use regular table salt for this. It has been stripped of its trace minerals and will not deliver these results. Moving up to number 5, and this one has a long history in traditional healing that modern science is only now beginning to catch up with. We are talking about adding raw apple cider vinegar to your water. Now, I know many of you have heard of apple cider vinegar before, but I guarantee you have not heard it explained in the context of collagen synthesis the way I am about to explain it. After the age of 60, your stomach acid naturally declines. This condition is called hypochlorhydria, which simply means low stomach acid. This matters enormously for your skin because collagen is built from protein, and protein can only be properly broken down and absorbed when your digestive environment is sufficiently acidic. Many seniors over 70 are eating adequate protein but absorbing less than 40% of it because their digestive acid is too weak to release the amino acids their skin needs. Think of it like trying to dissolve a sugar cube in cold water versus hot water. The strength of the acidity is what makes the difference. Apple cider vinegar, particularly the raw, unfiltered kind with what is called the mother, that cloudy, stringy substance you see floating in the bottle, introduces acetic acid and beneficial enzymes that temporarily restore that acidic environment in your stomach. Studies on apple cider vinegar consumption in older adults have shown improvements in protein absorption markers by up to 37%. Better protein absorption means more raw amino acid material available for your body to build fresh collagen. Beyond digestion, apple cider vinegar also contains small but meaningful amounts of alpha-hydroxy acids, which research has linked to accelerated surface skin renewal in mature skin. Margaret, a 71-year-old retired schoolteacher from Savannah, Georgia, told me she started adding apple cider vinegar to her morning water after years of struggling with what she called tissue paper skin on her forearms and neck. Within 8 weeks, she noticed her skin felt thicker to the touch, and the horizontal lines across her chest had visibly softened. Her daughter asked if she had gotten a facial treatment. For preparation, add 1 to 2 teaspoons of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar to 10 to 12 ounces of water. Always dilute it. Never drink it straight because the acid can damage tooth enamel and irritate your esophagus over time. Drink it 15 to 20 minutes before your largest protein-containing meal for maximum digestive benefit. And for enhanced collagen support, pair it with a meal that includes vitamin C-rich foods like bell peppers or citrus, because vitamin C is the cofactor that activates the enzymes that stitch collagen fibers together. At number 4, we have something so humble and overlooked that you may have some sitting in your pantry right now going completely to waste, and that is powdered turmeric dissolved into warm water. What turmeric does for aging skin at the molecular level is nothing short of remarkable, and I want to explain exactly why it becomes dramatically more important after the age of 60. There is a biological process called inflammaging, a combination of the words inflammation and aging, which researchers have identified as one of the primary drivers of accelerated skin deterioration in seniors. Inflammaging is a state of chronic low-grade inflammation that runs silently in the background of every aging body. You cannot feel it the way you feel a sore knee, but it is constantly breaking down collagen fibers, degrading elastin, and preventing your skin cells from regenerating properly. After 70, inflammaging can be responsible for as much as 60% of visible skin aging, independent of sun exposure. The active compound in turmeric, called curcumin, is one of the most potent natural anti-inflammatory molecules ever studied. Research has demonstrated that curcumin directly suppresses the inflammatory signaling molecules called cytokines that drive inflammaging, reducing their activity by up to 58% in elderly participants over a 90-day period. Additionally, curcumin has been shown to activate something called NRF2, which you can think of as the master switch for your body's internal antioxidant defense system. When NRF2 is switched on, your body ramps up its own protection of collagen-producing cells against oxidative damage. Here is the critical preparation tip most people miss. Curcumin, on its own, is very poorly absorbed. The solution is to always combine your turmeric water with a small amount of black pepper. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, which increases curcumin absorption by an extraordinary 2,000%. That is not a typo, 2,000%. Add half a teaspoon of turmeric powder and just a small crack of fresh black pepper to warm, not boiling, water. Then add a tiny amount of a healthy fat, like a quarter teaspoon of coconut oil or a small splash of whole milk, because curcumin is also fat-soluble, meaning fat helps carry it into your bloodstream. Drink this in the evening, as the anti-inflammatory action tends to work most effectively during your body's overnight repair cycle. If you are finding value in this information, this is a perfect moment to hit that like button right now and subscribe to this channel if you have not already. Every time you like a video, it helps this information reach another senior who needs it. And there are so many people over 60 who deserve to know exactly what we are discussing today. Now let us continue to the top 3, and this is where things get genuinely exciting. At number 3, we have marine collagen peptides dissolved directly into your water. And I want to be very specific about what kind, what dose, and crucially why this form works so dramatically better for people over 60 than the expensive collagen creams sold in every pharmacy. When you apply collagen topically to your skin, the collagen molecule is far too large to penetrate beyond the very surface layer. It sits on top and eventually washes off. It is like trying to restock a store by piling products on the sidewalk outside. What you actually need is to get the raw materials inside the building. When you ingest hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides, and that word hydrolyzed simply means the collagen has been broken down into smaller fragments that your digestive system can absorb. Those peptides travel through your bloodstream and act as biological signals that tell your skin's own fibroblast cells to ramp up their collagen production. This is not speculation. A double-blind, placebo-controlled study followed women between the ages of 45 and 65 over 8 weeks. Those who consumed 2.5 grams of hydrolyzed collagen peptides daily saw a 20% reduction in eye wrinkle volume and a statistically significant improvement in skin elasticity compared to the placebo group. A separate study found that marine collagen specifically, as opposed to bovine collagen, demonstrated superior bioavailability in adults over 60, likely because its peptide structure more closely resembles human type 1 collagen, which makes up 80% of the collagen in your skin. After the age of 65, your body's natural collagen production declines by approximately 1.5% per year, and your anabolic resistance, which means your cells' decreasing ability to respond to repair signals, makes external support increasingly important. Think of anabolic resistance like a phone with a weakening signal. The message to rebuild and repair is still being sent, but the cells have a harder time receiving it. Marine collagen peptides essentially boost the signal strength. Eleanor, 74 years old, living in Portland, Oregon, had spent nearly 8 years trying every collagen cream on the market with minimal results. She began dissolving 1 scoop of marine collagen powder into her morning glass of water every day for 3 months. By week 10, her granddaughter, without prompting, told her she looked like she had been on vacation. The crepey skin on her neck had noticeably firmed, and the deep vertical lines around her lips had softened considerably. Eleanor told me it was the first skincare intervention in a decade that felt like it was actually working from the inside out. To prepare it, dissolve 2.5 to 5 grams of hydrolyzed marine collagen into 8 to 12 ounces of room temperature or cool water each morning on an empty stomach. It is virtually tasteless and dissolves easily. The absorption synergy tip here is critical. Pair it with vitamin C. Vitamin C is the essential cofactor for an enzyme called prolyl hydroxylase, which assembles raw collagen peptides into functional collagen fibers. Without adequate vitamin C, the collagen building blocks arrive but cannot be properly assembled. Squeeze half a lemon into your collagen water, and you have just created one of the most powerful skin-rebuilding morning drinks that science has documented. At number 2, and this one is the item I promised would surprise you, we are talking about adding a bioavailable source of silica to your daily water. Silica is a mineral compound so fundamental to skin structure that researchers have called it the scaffolding mineral of human connective tissue. And yet almost nobody talks about it in the context of skincare after 60. Here's what silica actually does at the cellular level. Collagen fibers do not exist alone inside your skin. They are woven into a structural matrix alongside another protein called elastin, which is what gives skin its snapback quality, and a gel-like substance called hyaluronic acid, which is what makes skin look plump and dewy. Silica is the mineral that cross-links all 3 of these components together, acting like the rivets in a suspension bridge. Without sufficient silica, your collagen and elastin fibers become disorganized and weak, even if you are producing adequate amounts of them. The problem is that after 60, dietary silica absorption drops dramatically. Research has found that adults over 65 have 30% lower serum silica levels than adults in their 30s, and that this deficiency directly correlates with reduced skin thickness and increased wrinkle depth. The same body of research found that supplementation with bioavailable silica over 6 months increased skin collagen density by 29% and improved surface hydration by 55%. Food-grade diatomaceous earth, and it must specifically say food grade on the label, is one of the most bioavailable sources of orthosilicic acid, which is the form of silica your body can actually absorb. Add 1 teaspoon to a large glass of water, stir well, and drink it in the morning. It has virtually no taste. For a gentler introduction, horsetail herb tea is another excellent silica source. Simply steep dried horsetail in hot water for 10 minutes and drink it as a warm tea. Pair your silica with magnesium, either through supplementation or through magnesium-rich foods, because magnesium plays a key role in how efficiently the body deposits silica into connective tissue. Robert, 68 years old, a retired contractor from Albuquerque, New Mexico, started paying attention to his skin after his wife pointed out that the skin on the back of his hands looked, in his words, 20 years older than the rest of him. After 4 months of daily food-grade diatomaceous earth and water combined with horsetail tea 3 times weekly, he described his skin as feeling fundamentally different, less like thin fabric, and more like it had substance behind it again. His hands, he said, finally started looking their age again in a good way. And now we have arrived at number 1. The most powerful, the most research-validated, and the most completely overlooked addition to your water for rebuilding collagen and restoring skin firmness after 60. I am talking about adding high-dose vitamin C, specifically in the form of sodium ascorbate powder, to your daily water. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. Vitamin C, that is your number 1? Stay with me, because what I am about to tell you about how vitamin C functions in aging skin is almost certainly different from anything you have heard before, and the dosing information I am going to share changes everything. Most adults are taking 500 milligrams of vitamin C a day if they take it at all. That dose is sufficient to prevent scurvy, the deficiency disease. But for active collagen synthesis in a person over 60, the therapeutic requirement is dramatically higher. Here is why. Collagen is the most abundant protein in the human body, and vitamin C is not optional in its production. It is the essential enzyme activator without which collagen cannot be synthesized at all. There is a specific enzyme called lysyl hydroxylase that forms the cross-links between collagen strands, and it requires vitamin C as its cofactor to function. Without enough vitamin C, your body cannot properly assemble new collagen, regardless of how much collagen you eat or how many peptides you consume. After the age of 70, research from major nutrition institutes shows that cellular vitamin C concentrations in skin fibroblasts are typically 50 to 70% lower than in younger adults, even in people eating a healthy diet. The reason is twofold. First, aging reduces the efficiency of the transport proteins that carry vitamin C into cells. Second, oxidative stress, which increases dramatically with age, rapidly depletes vitamin C as the body uses it to neutralize free radicals. This means seniors need substantially more vitamin C, not just for collagen production, but simply to maintain baseline cellular levels. A clinical study followed adults aged 60 to 80 who supplemented with 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C daily in divided doses, meaning 2 500 milligram servings spread through the day, and found a 33% increase in skin collagen synthesis markers over 16 weeks, alongside a measurable reduction in oxidative damage to skin cells. Another study found that topical vitamin C, when combined with oral supplementation, produced more than double the skin improvement of the topical treatment alone, which tells us that the inside-out approach is not just complementary, it is essential. Now, why sodium ascorbate specifically? For many people over 60, high doses of standard ascorbic acid, the acidic form of vitamin C, can cause stomach irritation, especially in those who already have reduced stomach acid or a sensitive digestive tract. Sodium ascorbate is a buffered, non-acidic form that delivers the same collagen benefits without digestive discomfort, making it far more practical for daily high-dose use. It dissolves completely into water with a slightly salty taste and is well tolerated even at therapeutic doses. To prepare it, Dissolve between 1,000 and 2,000 milligrams, that is 1 to 2 grams, of sodium ascorbate powder into a large glass of water and drink it in 2 servings, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. Do not take it all at once, because your intestines have a maximum absorption capacity for vitamin C per dose, and splitting it throughout the day dramatically improves what your cells actually receive. The synergy pairing for vitamin C is iron, specifically the non-heme iron found in plant foods like spinach or lentils. Vitamin C and iron consumed together increase iron absorption by up to 300%, and iron itself is a necessary cofactor for the same collagen synthesizing enzymes that vitamin C activates. Together, they form a collagen production partnership that is remarkably powerful in aging bodies. Dorothy, 77 years old, a retired nurse from Rochester, Minnesota, had watched her skin thin and sag progressively through her late 60s and early 70s. She was initially skeptical of nutrition-based approaches, having spent her career in conventional medicine, but she committed to the high-dose sodium ascorbate water protocol, along with marine collagen, for 6 months. At her next annual physical, her physician noted that her skin turgor, which is the medical term for skin elasticity and firmness, had measurably improved. Her blood markers for oxidative stress had also dropped significantly. She told me that for the first time in 10 years, she felt like her body was actually investing in her skin again, rather than slowly withdrawing from it. Now let me bring all of this together for you. 6 additions to your water: mineral salt for cellular hydration, apple cider vinegar for the protein absorption that fuels collagen, turmeric for silencing the inflammation that quietly destroys collagen, marine collagen peptides for directly signaling your skin cells to rebuild, silica for structurally reinforcing the entire collagen matrix, and high-dose vitamin C for activating the enzymes that make all of it work. These are not random supplements thrown together. They form a logical, scientifically coherent strategy for addressing the exact biological barriers that aging places between you and healthy, firm, collagen-rich skin. After 60, your body is not broken. It is not giving up on you. It is operating with a different set of biological constraints: reduced absorption, decreased enzyme efficiency, higher oxidative stress, lower cellular hydration. What it needs is a strategy that respects those constraints and works with your body rather than against it. You deserve to look in the mirror and recognize yourself. You deserve the quiet confidence that comes from skin that feels healthy and alive. And I want you to know something deeply and completely. It is never too late. The research is clear that collagen remodeling can occur at any age. Cellular repair does not stop at 70 or 75 or 80. Your skin is still listening for the right signals, and what you put in your water every morning is one of the most direct ways to send them. Your independence, your quality of life, and the way you feel when you walk into a room are all connected to how well your body is being nourished at the cellular level. Small, consistent daily choices compound over weeks and months into results that people around you will notice and ask about. You do not have to accept the idea that aging skin is simply inevitable and that there is nothing to be done. Equipped with the right knowledge, you have more power over this than you have ever been told. If this video helped you today, please give it a like right now and subscribe to this channel so you never miss information like this. Share this video with someone you love who is over 60, because this knowledge could genuinely change their daily life. And before you go, I have one question for the comments. Which of these 6 water additions are you going to try first, and have you already been using any of them? Tell me below. I will be reading every single response. Thank you for spending this time with me today, and I will see you in the next video.